So I have Splendor Duel, Marvel Splendor, Sentry Golem Edition. So why do I need Star Tycoon in my collection? Well, mainly because all three of these obviously don't play solo, and solo is such a massive aspect on how I judge games nowadays. Ever since COVID, you know, solo it's paramount to me to how I rank a game. So let's get into a quick round of solo so you understand the solo vibes of Star Tycoon and if this game's for you. Now, make sure you stay for right at the end. We're obviously going to give you a full review also on what I think of Star Tycoon. Let's play one round solo so you can understand how this game plays and if you're feeling the same vibes I'm feeling. So for solo, what have we got in front of us right here? We have over here partnerships, corporations. So all of our developments over here, these 9 cards here are all going to be our developments. They're all sponsored by different corporations. So that's going to be one way we're going to be able to get points. So we're going to be able to purchase one of these cards and we're going to hopefully get a lot of those different partnerships going on. Over the course of each round, we're going to be having an event card that's going to come out and it's going to possibly be bad, possibly be good, who knows. The central hub right in the middle here, the galactic market, and this is what separates it from games like Splendor. Now, we're obviously going to be going up and down. We've got 5 different resources. They've all got names, minerals, gas, and so on and so forth. But what you need to know is 5 different color resources. We're going to be going up and down the galactic market. Obviously, when it goes up, they're going to be more and more expensive to get resources. As they go down, they're going to be cheaper, and we're going to get heaps of resources. Anyway, you understand how a market works. Over here, planets. We're going to have, these are going to be planets. We're going to need planets to put those developments on. And then we're going to have developments 1, 2, and 3. And obviously, they get more and more expensive as it goes down. Again, a lot of Splendor vibes in this. Now, let's go over here first. Let's have a look at this. We've got here our starting corporation, we've got our starting planet, and it's telling us we need a supremacy in a certain thing, so we're going to need supremacy in these blue tokens. So we've got a couple out here that produce blue tokens, and maybe we're going to need a lot of them so we get that supremacy goal. And we've also got here an Omniforged card. Now, Omniforged card, super important. This actually does a lot of things. Well, it's firstly going to be one of our things that we can do on our turn, but the Omniforged card also tells us what our solo mode is. And this is pretty important. We need to know what sort of solo mode this game is. And this solo mode is about a victory condition. So there's 6 Omniforged cards. You shuffle them, you pick one, and that's going to give you your set victory condition for this particular game. And for me, it's number 3, so it's reached 30 points. Build a crime hub. A crime hub is going to be in this development 3 sections somewhere, and also we're going to need at least 7 illegal goods. So these are illegal goods. So I'm going to be a very naughty boy today, and I'm going to get into the illegal crime business. They say crime doesn't pay, but I disagree. The other thing we're going to do is we're also going to draw an Omniforged card. This is going to give us a starting advantage, and for me, I drew number 1, which gave me 5 energy credits to start off with. So that's all the background. I've got a whole bunch of starting resources based on my starting corporation here. And what other goals we got here? This one's telling me here, my starting corporation wants me to get 3 Ducat system planets by the end of the game, and it'll give me 4 points. Now, Ducat systems are the red planets, so perhaps that's going to be one of the goals I'm aiming for. Remember, I'm also aiming for that blue supremacy. We've also got here a goal, and this was a random one. There's quite a few of them, and this one's telling me I want different types of planets at the end of the game. So each type of planet is different: windy, sunny. Actually, all 3 of these are the same, so that's not good. So I'm going to need to maybe refresh them. But look, at the end of the game, the more and more different types of planets I get, I'm going to get more points there. So let's now just talk about what actions can I do. And the first one, purchase from these rows. So that's nice and easy. Next, trade. We get to trade twice on this galactic market, so we're definitely going to need to use that to our best advantage. We're going to Omniforge. So our Omniforge, we can produce these 2 resources at any time, brown and red. We can reserve a card, we can smuggle. Remember, I'm going to be a bad boy, and I'm going to be doing a lot of criminal stuff, so maybe a lot of smuggling. I can refresh rows, and I can take a loan of 5 energy credits if I need to. And the last thing we haven't talked about is my starting corporation also gives me a starting advantage. And this one says, you may hold up to 2 cards in reserve, and once per round, you may take 1 bonus reserve action. So remember, that would normally be one of my one actions, but I get that for free. So that's kind of nice. Now, how does this game play over here? We have 4 rounds. We have 3 turns per round, but each turn we get 3 actions. So that's 9 actions per round. Use your maths, a lot of actions. So let's get straight into it. And the first thing I want to do is I really need some more planets out there. And remember my goal of getting Ducat system? Bang, there's one right there. So let's spend 1 red resource, that's what it requires. And now I have another planet gone out and explored. I've got another planet there, which is good because each one of these planets only lets me have a certain amount of developments on there. So this is 3 hammers, so it means I can have 3 different developments underneath each of these planets. Now that's my first action. My second action is, I'm gonna need some developments going on here. This one's gonna be a blue and a brown. Let's spend that there. And I now have a research facility within my planet, so that's kind of nice. So remember, the more and more I get with this blue background here, these are things I'm going to be producing at the end of each round. Remember, I need to obviously produce a lot because I'm going to need a lot of resources to get these ones down the bottom here. So that's my second action, and my third action is a couple of these here are going to need green. I don't have any green at all, so maybe let's go to the market. Let's spend one energy credit and get 1 resource. Let's do that. We'll get a green there, and we can do 2 actions at the galactic market. And the second one, well, what else do I need? I think I'm probably going to need another blue, so let's also spend another energy credit and let's get a blue as well. So I got a blue and a green there, and that is my 3 actions. So that's my first turn. So we're going to refresh here now. And let's go into my second turn. Now, I've still got 3 jets here. I'm going to need to go out and get some more planets. Let's go with this planet right here. So it's going to cost me 1 red there. And there we go. I've got another planet. Now, these planets, I haven't really spoken about these, but these planets also have set goals, and that's how you're going to get those points. So those points aren't free. You've got to work hard for them. So this one's telling me I need to produce those 3 resources underneath this planet to be able to get those 4 points. But this one's actually telling me I need 3 different type of corporation sponsorships. So I need the grey there, Cross Labs, there's a couple of them out there, and that's probably what I'm going to do next. I've got a green token, I've got a brown token, and let's grab this card right here. And put this under here. So now you can see I'm trying to achieve these planet goals while also achieving my Ducat system planet goal, my blue supremacy goal. That's obviously going to help with my blue supremacy. So a lot of things to think about. I've got one more action. Now, I'm thinking, remember, my end goal is I need a crime, I think it was a crime lab or some crime thing, but I know it's in this row here, and I know there's not many cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh it, because I need to see what that is and how much it's going to cost me. So my last action for this round is going to be refreshing this row. And there we go, Crime Hub. That's what I needed. It's going to cost me 3 energy credits and 5 illegal goods. So right now, I've got nothing out here that's helping me with illegal goods. So that's going to be another goal in my head that I need to achieve. So final round, or final turn of this round, going to be very specific with how you say it. And how we're going to achieve this? Well, still don't have any of those illegal goods, so I really need that coming out. So what I might do is I might refresh this row right here. I definitely need to start getting some cards with some illegal goods. And there we go, this one right here, this is going to let me help produce illegal goods. So I definitely need this card, and that's going to cost me a purple resource. I don't have purple, so for my second action of my final turn, I'm going to go to the galactic market again, and I'm going to spend 1 energy credit to go up there on the purple. And do I want to do anything else? Maybe. No, do I want to do that? Because remember, we can always go backwards on the galactic market. Now, I know I just grabbed a blue resource before, but what I could do is trade that blue resource back in, and I can trade that blue resource for 2 energy credits. So it's a way of keeping my energy credit supply up and running there. And that is my second action, and my final action was to purchase this. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't meet this requirement. I've already got the Cross Labs there. I can't achieve that, and so I'm just going to put it in this first row right here, and there we go. So now I've done that, and that, I believe, is all of my actions. So we now move on to the next round. Now I'll just show you what happens in the next round. So first things first, we need to have a look over here, and what we're going to do before we produce goods, we need to do a couple of things, and it's going to change the galactic market. So the first thing, I get to choose 2 planets from here. So what do we want to move to the left? Remember, the more I move it to the left, the cheaper those things are. Now, what I could do is I could choose this one here. It's going to move my blue all the way to the left, which is going to be amazing. So let's maybe grab this card, and let's grab this card right here. So I've got to move 3 blue to the left, all the way to the end there. And I also need to do a purple and red to the left. So purple there and red to the left. So now I've done that, I now also need to pick 2 from here. So, well, that's easy. It's gonna be those 2, and it's gonna be, sure. Let's do this one, and we'll do this one. So now all these now need to move to the right. So the only 2 I've actually picked is actually these brown symbols right here. So we're gonna move this 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, and that is all done. So that's that action. I now then refresh the rows, and I now get to produce my resources. So let's do that. So that's the way that the solo mode works, to be able to move these cards around so you actually get new cards. Otherwise, it'd get very stale over here. So now I produce my goods, and then I also have to do the event card. So maybe, well, actually what I'll do, I'll produce my resources first. So I'm gonna need a brown and a red. I'm gonna need a red and a criminal. I'm gonna need a purple. I'm gonna need a blue. And then the event card. Each player may choose to gain 2 purple or 2 green. Well, let's grab 2 green. So that's a good event card. So remember, some are bad, some are good, but that's a good event card. And then we go. We'd go into the second round, we'd rinse and repeat, and that's how solo Star Tycoon works. So let's get into the review part of it. And today's game is Star Tycoon. Build your galactic corporation, and that's what we're doing. We're going out onto planets. We're going to be developing those planets. It's a resource gathering engine builder. Look, you know you love them. There's a whole bunch of them out in this genre, but why is this game any different? Now, the very first question I posed was, why Star Tycoon over these other games? And obviously, we can't compare solo. This has solo, this doesn't. But I think it's the type of gameplay, the ease of gameplay that's really going to separate these games. Now, the Splendor system is going to be the easiest, and it's going to, I guess, be the most forgiving for people getting into that genre. Now, you're going to be using poker chips. That's going to be your resource. You're going to be collecting those poker chips, trading them in for cards, getting more cards. Those cards will get you more poker chips. You get more cards, and so on and so forth. Century is the next step up from there. And what we've gone here is, instead of resources, we've got here gems. Now, gems, we're going to be doing the exact same thing. We're going to be collecting gems, but the difference is, in between collecting those gems and trading them in for cards, we're going to be upgrading those gems, and we're going to be doing that through collecting these sort of cards. And I absolutely love that system. Next step up, amazing. I love me some Sentry Golem, Sentry Spice Road. But from there, we go into a bit more complexity. Well, this is very similar to It's a Wonderful World, where again, resources, trading for cards, those cards give you more resources, and in turn, you keep getting more and more better cards. And it's exactly the same as what we're getting here in Star Tycoon. But Star Tycoon, again, is another step up. Each one of these just keeps ramping up. Now, why is this more complex? Well, it just never seems forgiving. In Star Tycoon, I never truly felt comfortable. I knew I had a goal, but it was challenging to get to that end goal. So it was a lot more brain burning. You have the galactic market to think about, and that really does change a lot of the ways you think about it, because you now have those resources, but you're gonna need that galactic market to truly get the amount of resources that you need to get those decent cards. The cards, development cards on the bottom row, incredibly hard to get, so you're gonna have to be so efficient with your use there. So think about it as different levels. So depending on where you are in your sort of gaming and the sort of gaming you like to have, look, nice family games here, Splendor. Then again, it's still family game, but Sentry Golem, I love this as an introductory game for new people getting into the hobby. I love teaching them that engine builder. Then It's a Wonderful World, and then Star Tycoon on top there. So just depending on what sort of gameplay, what sort of level, what sort of weight you want in your gameplay. Now let's talk about that solo mode first, and Star Tycoon gives us a victory condition solo mode. Now, many different types of solo modes. We're victory conditions, we're going up against AI bots, we're going for beat your own score. Look, multiple different ways to achieve, I guess, a solo gameplay. Now, do I think victory conditions is the most rewarding? No, I always think going up against like an AI bot's the most rewarding type of solo experience, but I think in this instance, it works. This game is very much a solo game, and like I keep saying before, it's a brain-burning game, so each time you're going to be challenged. So those victory conditions are tough to achieve, so you really are working and you're up against it from the start. And I love that sort of challenge. So I think the solo mode in this truly, truly works. And it very much makes me feel like, yeah, multiplayer is very much just a solo experience anyway. Look, the main thing that keeps moving is the galactic market, and obviously your development cards and your planets are going to rotate through, but that's what the solo is mimicking. So it's the exact same experience. So I very much love the solo experience. Look, I liked the 6 different victory conditions. I think that was okay. But look, overall, this game plays amazing at solo. So solo, very much a thumbs up. So space as a theme. There's a reason why movies like Star Wars are so popular. People love the idea of going out and it's a whole new world, all these planets to explore, all these amazing creatures and developing. Look, it's pretty cool, but is it me or am I just a little bit bored with space? I mean, give me a theme like pygmy possums collecting berries and I'm in. I'm totally in, I'm totally sold, but space just seems meh. Anyway, other people love it, so maybe it's just a me thing. Next up, let's chat about the design. And the design, look, again, you get similar vibes from a lot of other games. The mechanism, it's been done before. But why would I choose this over the others? Well, I think it's just the extraness. The extraness. Yes, I keep loving making up words. The extraness in this. So yeah, while this is very much, it's a wonderful world, it's also very much its own game. There's multiple more ways to score. And look, let's just go over all the different ways of scoring. You've got these partnership cards. So we're looking for a whole bunch of partnerships there. We've got these set goals, so you choose one of these every game. So we've got developments on this one, planets on that side, but either way, there's multiple different things that you're trying to achieve there. You've got your starting planet. So we need a supremacy in a certain resource. We have the planet cards. We're trying to collect certain types of resources or certain types of partnerships to collect those points. Then you have just the standard cards with points. Then you have even just a cheeky little bit of set collection here with the communications array. I love it. Do you know how you can find those certain games where your machine, your engine is oiled up to the max and you are flooded with resources by the end of the game, absolutely killing it? Well, I never really felt that this way. I really felt like without that galactic market to manipulate, to be able to get extra goods, to be able to sell you goods, that really was the game changer in this game. That was that central hub, that central excitement that really made this game different. And it made it an enjoyable experience because it wasn't easy. I had to work hard. Everyone else around the table also had to work hard, but we were all using that galactic market to try and help us achieve our end goal. And that really is going to be the highlight of this game. And I think for if you like these sort of games, then you're going to enjoy Star Tycoon. It really is. It's those centuries, it's those splendors, and you're gonna know if you love that type of game. And for me, look, Century Golem's still always going to be my number one. That's the game that I guess one of the first games that I really got into when I got into board games. I loved it, so I got that very early on. So it means a lot to me. But this massive game, enjoyed it. Really, like I said, brain burny. Amazing experience. That Central Galactic Market, a massive highlight. There we go. That's my final thoughts on Star Tycoon. Look, I've played it now at 1, 2, and 3 players. Pretty much every experience is very much the same. So, look, grab a copy of this because it's really bloody good. And you know what? I think it's one of those games that you can really add to your collection. And that's pretty much all I got. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and till next time, we'll see you again later. Bye.